Nostalgia. Home is where the heart is. A very true saying for people working and living away from home. Good morning, folks, and welcome to the journey of love. Trevor never ever dreamt of leaving home for work, but financial obligations forced him to do so. A young boy in his 20s, just passed out from college and burdened with the responsibilities of taking care of the family. He had two sisters who were younger to him, a retired and sick father, and an ailing mother. From a very young age, he started to shoulder family responsibilities by doing odd jobs at times. It so happened that a businessman from Dubai had visited the city and was conducting interviews for recruiting young men for his newly opened showroom in Sharjah. Trevor was selected. In the beginning, he was skeptical but later decided to take the plunge. Months passed. Trevor longed to be back at home and found it really difficult to cope up with the new surroundings. One day, while he was traveling back to his room from work, he came across a young girl waiting for a cab. For the first time in his life, he felt an urge of getting engaged to the opposite sex. He too stood there gaping at her. Her cab came and she left. She didn't notice him as she was constantly busy with her phone. Trevor was all excited and decided to talk to her if and ever he meets her someday. Sharjah is not that bad after all, he thought in his mind, and smiled absent-mindedly. His roommates noticed this change in him and were happy. A week had passed and there was no signs of that girl. Quite religiously he waited each day after work for her at the same spot. Then one fine day he spotted her in the showroom where he was working. Summoning up some courage, he approached her on the pretext of selling his product. She seemed not interested and moved around the showroom very casually. Now something strange happened. While rummaging the clothes in the showroom, she accidentally left her iPod on one of the counters. Trevor seized this opportunity. He took the iPod and ran after her. She was delighted and thanked him again and again for this kind act. "I am Anjali," and out came her hand towards him. Is it a dream? His dream girl was in front of him and he was holding her hand. Days passed and they became the best of friends. Anjali was here in Sharjah with her family pursuing her higher studies. Time passed and this friendship turned into love. Now the nostalgia of Trevor seemed to have vanished. He no longer longed to go home. He only longed to keep her tight to his bosom whenever they met. Things were going on smoothly when suddenly tables changed. Suddenly Anjali stopped coming. She also stopped messaging and declined his calls. Trevor was concerned and smelt betrayal. Without any further hesitance, he went to her house. Luckily, no one was at home. Anjali, on seeing him, panicked. "Why have you come here?" she exclaimed. Trevor lost his cool and slapped her. She slipped and fell. That was fatal, as she hit her head on the stool nearby and died. Trevor ran for his life, but ultimately got caught as the entire incident was caught on CCTV. Later he came to know that she was pregnant. But how could this be? It was only a tight hug that was the maximum they engaged in. Trevor now rots in prison. Returning home has become a distant dream. See you folks next Sunday with another love story. Bye.